On this video, we're going to be looking at the Prime 1 Studio Superman Black Suit Zack Snyder's Justice League. Why, hello, folks. Denobi2 here, and thank you for joining me once again on another visual tour. This is going to be a fun one. I don't get to review statues very often. The other side of the box has the evil version of Superman versus the front had the clean-looking version. This is a 2-year-old pre-order from Prime 1 Studios. But I pre-ordered this directly from Japan, directly from Prime 1 Studio. And this was a batch of 500. Mine is 308 out of 500, and it sold out. I want to say it sold out in a couple days. This was something that I was just really, really anticipating. The fact that I think it was March 2021, so just shy a little over of 2 years. In the end, it was worth it for me. Opening the box, it comes with instructions. It was pretty easy to assemble the statue. Shows you how to handle Superman with the white gloves, which I did use white gloves. I actually happen to have a pair lying around them because this is exciting. It's an expensive piece, and I don't want to mark it with the black suit. Comes with a nifty Prime 1 Studio calendar here, showcasing, I want to say, their recent releases. Versus their included catalog actually has stuff that will entice you to pre-order, which is a nice little thick catalog on there. The good old days of being able to read a magazine in the bathroom, huh? All right, let's get to it here. So I followed the instructions. I laid the styrofoam container where it says top. Was very gentle, very careful. Inspecting everything as best as I can. I will say though, I should have probably lifted the base with my hands because with the white gloves, I didn't have much tension on there, much friction to hold them. Very careful, removing all the paperwork. I'm just inspecting this thing. I will say 100%, all the way from Japan, arrived in mint condition. The box was double packaged. It had styrofoam, it had like 2 layers of foam, and then had like pressure points on the box corners. Very well, and it was delivered by FedEx. Following the instructions, you place the base on a sturdy table. I don't know exactly where I'm going to put this bad boy yet, and I'm just mesmerized. Didn't even get to the head or the cape or anything, and I'm just blown away by the sheer status and the detail and the suit's detail. I don't know if you can see it though, but it's like a thin micro linen fabric which you can almost see through it, and right underneath it, it's like a silver highlighted paint where it tends to reflect light. So depending on where you look at Superman, you do get this shimmer glimmer effect. And they're focusing on the hand and just showing you that silver highlight tone. This type of design paint application fabric is also mirrored with Hot Toys. If you were able to score yourself up black suited Superman through Hot Toys. First head reveal is the evil, well, not is an evil version. It's just more of his ray gun eyes, his laser beam eyes, where he just looks badass and evil, but he's not really evil. It's just when you piss him off. And then this is the head, the normal version head is the one I'm gonna keep him permanently on there, which I don't know if you're aware of, but in this version of the Henry Cavill Superman, they did update the paint application. So if you do have the colored version of Superman Henry Cavill, this head sculpt is supposed to be radically different, or at least improved the way it was advertised. I'm just doing a full body close-up on here, kind of just focusing on the high detail on there without the cape. And I didn't give much love to the base. The base is pretty cool. It has that Kryptonian alien morphin technology on there. I would have wanted some lights. Just like with the Alita statue from Prime 1, where it had lights beaming from the top. I don't know, I just would have thought maybe some lights would have appeared from the base, but I guess it doesn't. Why would Superman need lights from the base? I just probably would have wanted a little bit more life out of the base. It's this two-tone black and white look, which again, it's beautiful, but I think they could have done just a bit more. But the exclusive is a whole black suit. It's the fact that Zack Snyder's Justice League was able to be reissued or released complete on HBO Max, and the fact that we finally get to see him wear this suit and merchandise associated with that specific cut of the film is pretty cool. So for those of you who were able to score one of these, kudos. The head sculpt, I gotta say, is, to me, it's fantastic. The updated paint application does show and it does pop compared to the original prototype images that were shown 2 years ago. And these the updated photos were shown on their website, I want to say about 4 or 5 months ago. From this angle, to me, it looks like Henry Cavill. They knocked it out of the park from this angle. Again, with Henry Cavill's sculpt, it's always been challenging. Even Hot Toys tends to struggle with his sculpt, but I think Prime One did a really, really good job on this one. Backside, Superman just focused in on the detail of the suit, kind of giving you that 4K blast. And it's time for the cape. And the cape caught me off guard. I thought it'd be jet black, but it's not. It's more of a dark grayish, and it's embedded with this reflective strands of fabric. And those are the clips where there's holes on the shoulder of Superman that they tend to slip. But I'm just showing you the cape. It does need ironing. I do have a steamer, so I'm not going to do it on the camera, but I absolutely will when I give him his permanent home. The cape will get steamed because those wrinkles are bugging the hell out of me, and that's something that's an easy fix. If you have I wouldn't iron that. I would absolutely only steam it. Remove the cape and on high blast steam, and it should get those wrinkles out, but I would definitely not iron that. I wouldn't put a hot iron. This is the front look. Again, it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. Makes me, as I was looking at this shot here, I was like, man, I kind of want the rest of the team now. But for me, unfortunately, that ship has sailed, and those pieces are highly sought out on the secondary market. So when it comes to statues, things like this, for me, there's no going back. I don't look back. It's moving forward. If Prime One ever decided to revisit the Justice League, do a Wonder Woman or a Flash in this 1/3 scale, I would probably consider it. It'd be kind of cool to have the whole team lined up in this scale. And I did notice, because it's about time to put the laser-eyed version of Henry Cavill's head sculpt, is that you do have to remove the cape. And I was trying to cheat. Maybe I can kind of wiggle the head sculpt, but no, you really don't want to damage something this fragile and expensive. And again, it arrived all the way from Japan in one piece. So you just want to pull gently and then remove the head sculpt. And I'm using the white gloves with the heads because I don't know if the oils in my fingers will backfire years from now. I've always, when it comes to this cold cast porcelain resin type material, you just don't know. I live in the desert though, so I would imagine that the statue would probably hold up very, very well. Most of my collection and figures really haven't suffered any type of weather damage or humidity or anything like that. So it's just one of the perks about living in the desert. This is beautiful. This is you almost want his eyes to light up. I thought, well, that'd be kind of difficult though. It probably would defeat the purpose to have his eyes lit up. But overall, I'm gonna end it with the evil. I keep saying evil. It's just the laser-eyed version. He's not bad in this one. I'm gonna end the video with that head sculpt. But again, when I find its permanent home, it's gonna go back to the original head, and I'll probably just put the laser-eyed version head in storage. So this is a nice piece. With this type of scale, I could fit them into my module case. It's just going to take some shoveling and moving things around. But overall, I'm happy. I'm glad I stuck the 2 years for this guy, and it's well worth it. So, like, subscribe, leave your comments below, and I hope you enjoyed this little visual tour. See ya, folks.